Hi everybody, welcome to Stamping with Melva. I'm Melva Peters and I'm here today to show you how to make a cute little stocking stuffer. I know everybody's trying to get ready for Christmas and the holidays, and with us being supposed to be close to home and not going out and about, I thought maybe I'd show you something that you probably could put together without going out to fill the stockings for your family, and maybe some neighbor gifts if you wanted to drop them off. So let me just switch over to my desktop and we'll get started. Okay, so this is the little stocking stuffer that I thought would be really cute to use. So I've filled it with some hot chocolate and a couple of candy canes. And so this is really quick and easy to put together. So let me just bring in and show you what I've used. So this, I'm using the stamp set. So this cute little what was a snowman before he melted, comes from the Don't Stop Believing stamp set. So this is actually one of the stamp sets that is retiring from the August to December mini catalog from Stampin' Up. And then the sentiment says, sadly, Frosty's first hot cocoa turned out to be his last. Cute. So I've stamped this, colored it with blends. I don't know that you can see the shine to the ice. I've used some of the shimmery crystal effects on that, and then stamped and cut out the sentiment. So let me show you how to put this together. Yeah, put that over here. Okay, so I'm using a little bit of different colors only because I have used up just about all of this. This is the Snowflake Splendor Designer Series paper, and I have used up just about all of it. And you can see I'm going to show you a little trick with some of the scraps that I have. So I'm using Misty Moonlight just because this paper just seemed to call for it. So this piece of paper of cardstock is cut 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and I'm going to score it at 5 1/2, and then also at 2 inches. All right, so those are my score lines. I will put the link to my blog post that has all the measurements and the instructions. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your bone folder and just give this a really nice crease. And then this one folds down like this. Now, I didn't actually use any adhesive on mine. Oops, candy cane fell out. There is no adhesive holding this together. I have just put some ribbon around it and tied it. So that's what I'm going to do here. But before you do that, I'm going to use, this is the Designer Series paper. So I'm just going to bring in my stamp and seal. Oh gosh, that's pretty side too. I could have used that side. All right, so I've cut this piece. The measurements are a bit odd. So let me just, I've got metric here. So this is cut. What is this cut? Sorry, 4 1/4. Gosh. So this is cut 4 inches by 1 3/4, and then I've got some silver foil that is cut 4 1/8 by 1 7/8. So just going to have a little peek of the silver foil. Again, I will put all of these measurements on in my blog post that will be listed underneath this, and also the written instructions for this. So then this adheres onto this top flap. Now, as I said, I've used up just about all of my paper, so you don't actually have to fill this in because this piece is not going to show. So I've cut this a little shorter because that's the size of paper I had left. If you wanted to cut this the full size and put it underneath, this piece would be cut 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by, let's see, 1 7, 3 1/4 by 3 7/8. However, I have cut this just so that it will show. I'm going to put it at the bottom like this, and then you're not actually going to see this piece that isn't. So it just saves on a little bit of paper, or if you're like me, you've used up all of your paper, and I'm using scraps at this point in time. Okay. And as I said, I'm going to put this right at the bottom, and then you won't see the top. Okay, now you could do the back if you wanted to, but because my hot chocolate's going to cover this back, I'm not going to. So then I've taken some of this really pretty Snowflake Splendor Iridescent, and I'm going to tie a bow by bringing my scissors over. Okay. So I'm going to tie a bow on the right hand side here, and that will just hold this packaging together. Let's get it in the middle. That's where you need an extra finger. All right. So you can tie this bow and hold it in place. This Snowflake Splendor ribbon is quite stiff. It's quite nice to make bows out of, but it is stiffer than many of the ribbons from Stampin' Up. Okay, so this through so I can get that facing the right way. Okay, there. Okay, I will fuss with that once I've got the rest on. So now you can see that this holds it nicely so that you didn't actually have to use any adhesive to hold it together. Now I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I'm going to stamp both the snowman, and also, oops, the sentiment. And I'm going to fussy cut these out. You could use a punch if you wanted to, but I'm just going to fussy cut. Now I've grabbed some of my Stampin' Blends, so I'm going to see. I'm going to need one more that I didn't grab, so I'm just gonna color really with the Stampin' Blends, and I just need black or dark gray for Frosty's hat. All right, so this is basic black for Frosty's hat. Okay, there's the hat. That's the nose. I've got some real red. This is the dark real red for these holly berries. And then I've got Bermuda Bay. Well, we'll do Bermuda Bay for the leaves. They're quite green. And let's do red for the band on the hat. Now, I've got some of this is light and dark balmy blue, and I'm just going to color the ice in balmy blue. We'll do the mug in real red. And then the last thing I need, which I also forgot, was some brown. So we will use dark crumb cake. There we go. For the branches for Frosty's arms. And also for the cocoa that's spilled. There. Now I'm going to cut this out with some scissors. There's my scissors. So I'm just going to fussy cut this around. You don't have to be exact. As I said, if you wanted to punch it or even use a die cut, you could do that. I've been in a fussy cutting kind of mood lately. I quite find it quite relaxing to just cut around. You don't have to be perfect. You can go back and trim around it if you think you've got too much of the white showing. I'm just going to trim. Kind of went wide on this. There we go. Now I'm also going to fussy cut around the sentiment. There we go. Okay, that out here. So then these, and I'm going to do the crystal effects at the end, just because it takes a while to dry, and so I just kind of want it on there so that I'm not getting my fingers into crystal effects. So we'll just put it on here, and then it can just sit and dry. It does take a little bit of time to dry. So Frosty will go there. Let's trim my ribbon a little bit so it's not covering. And then the sentiment can go at the bottom. Like that. Stuck to my fingers. All right, and then the last thing before I actually use the crystal effects, I've got some of these blue adhesive backed gems, and I'm just going to use them kind of randomly on here. And just put that one in the middle of the snowflake. These are so pretty, those blue adhesive gems. They are carrying over into the new catalog, or not being retired anyway from the holiday catalog. So that's nice that they're going to be available. Okay, so then the last thing that I'm going to do before I actually, let's fill it. I'll show you how it fills, and then I'll do, so I don't get the crystal effects. So I've got 2 packages of hot chocolate. So you could just put 1 in if you wanted to, but 2 fit quite nicely, and then a couple of candy canes. So a nice little parcel. Now I've got some of the shimmery crystal effects, and you can use that, take these out, and just squeeze it and then kind of rub it, and it adds, kind of makes it look icy. This, as I said, you can use your heat tool to dry it if you want to, or you can do it last and then just leave it to dry. I usually leave it overnight to make sure that it is dry, because it does take a little bit of time. So if you're in a hurry and you need to get these out the door or into stockings, then I would suggest you use your heat tool. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see this on camera there. Let's see if I can bring it up a little closer to the, I don't know that you can actually see that. No, not so much. Anyway, this shimmery crystal effects has a little bit of shimmer glitter to it, and just kind of adds a nice finishing touch. So let's put these back. Let's put one. We'll do one in each, and then you can see what they look like. All right, so those are the 2 side by side. You could definitely change it up. I just really like this, the Frosty, and then the sentiment for hot chocolate. But if you were going to fill it up with some other treats, chocolates, or something else, you could use any designer series paper or any stamp just to put on it, and make a nice little gift to go into somebody's stocking, or, as I said, maybe a gift for neighbors or delivery person that you got coming to your door. So there we go. Let me just switch back. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's pretty quick and easy to make some stocking stuffers. And I will post the link to my blog that has the measurements for this as well as the written instructions if you didn't get them as I was making the stocking stuffer. So I hope you enjoyed that. While you're here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd love for you to get notified when I do more videos. And that's it for today. Thanks for joining. Bye, everybody.